Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Speed Gaming 2. Today we have an inverted Keysanity race for you between WinFox 470 and TabbyCat54. Alongside me in the booth today will be Scoopula, and of course I am the host with the most. I am Jeff the Ref, and I hope everybody enjoys today's stream, and I can't wait for the excitement to start.
So yeah, inverted keys. This is an open world 7-7, except you start in a dark world. You have to find your way to the light world. Moon Pearl lets you be you in the light world. Just basically flip light world and dark world around for all the descriptions, and you know what we're doing here.
Yep, pretty much. The mirror works a little differently. It will take you to back to the dark world instead of returning to the light world. And the portals are kind of different as well.
Yeah, they just so I guess you don't forget what mode you're in. They have red portals under the rocks, and then the residual return portal looks a little different too. But
and we are underway, and it looks like WinFox 470 picks up a big key there out of Link's house, while Tabby Cat's doing the Dark Sank run.
There's two basic ways to start this. It's, go see Stumpy, like now, or go to Dark Chapel now. Looks like WinFox just did the house, and that's it, and that's fine. You can go back when there's bombs, so you can do Hype Cave.
I think Tabby Cat there was trying to do a setup for a tree pull, but missed.
Yeah, didn't get an enemy defeated yet. I didn't see.
Nah, Tabby Cat went to throw a signpost at one of the enemies and completely missed.
Oh, yeah, well, that would that would take care of that.
And WinFox 470 taking a dip into Skull Woods, and there we go, getting a death already from both sides.
Oh man, synced deaths. I mean, it's intentional. There's gonna be a lot of that early here in inverted, but just for the purpose of bomb farming right now. Which, you know what?
Yep,
I'm not playing this. I'm gonna learn, because I totally never thought about doing that there whenever you're looking for bombs in the first 5 minutes.
That is definitely a good strat for bomb hunting, and WinFox did pick up a small key, and going toward the back half of Skull Woods now.
Yeah, so there's 6 chests, I believe, here in the front you can get. You're gonna need a big key for one of them. But you should be able to get the rest even if you can't get out, and you might have to save and quit. But
yep, and Tabby Cat following suit and picking up that small key, which is a pod small key, one of 6.
This is always entertaining, depending on your definition, dealing with the Gyptos here at the big key location without, well, anything.
And of course, with the limited health that we have right now, and we're starting in the dark world because it's inverted, everybody with green mail, and enemies do a lot more damage in the dark world, and rip dark rooms as WinFox 470 picks up the lamp.
Yeah, that's a nice find for, this early for sure.
That will definitely make things a little bit easier later in the game.
Sometimes in these you can spend a while looking for something to light a torch with, and today that won't be a concern. Tabby Cat will find that here in short order, and presumably follow WinFox into doing the rest of the dungeon. Or at least the rest that we can reach.
And I do believe that was an intentional death warp there on Tabby Cat. Just to get back to the entrance real quick.
Yeah, there's just a whole lot of this, as long as you're hanging out in Western Dark World here. Red boomerang, now that's nice. In the absence of other weapons, this can get you through a lot of rooms real nice by stunning enemies and just being on your merry way.
Not to mention, it could also help us unravel what the stun prize is for some enemies.
Hmm. You're going to see maybe like a bush or a rock thrown at one at some point just to check it. So Windfox is going to go ahead and take those bombs, which he has 3, and he's going to spend 2 on Hype Cave here, but this is 5 early items.
And looks like that tree pull is going to be small magic pots.
Good old 33% health increase. GT Big Key's out of the way. Now I wish I would have played. That's always my problem. Alright.
I give Hype Cave a 5 out of 10 simply because of the GT Big Key.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice not to have to think about. That could mean we're going to be hunting something else later in GT, but we'll see.
And it definitely looks like Windfox is headed toward Dark Cax, so we might see some things going on over there. Gonna take a little detour to stop at Stumpy first.
Tabby was trying to clear 2 rows of bushes with the jump and miss and almost ate a guard, so that was close. It's time to play games for money. Legal in all of Hyrule.
Oh, and there's the Cane of Samaria from Tabby Cat in the C-shaped room in Dark Cac. That's going to be helpful later.
And I'll tell you what would be funny is if you get a Thieves Town Big Key here, all of a sudden Blind's logical.
Windfox farming for rupees at the Arrow game while Tabby Cat's dipping into Thieves Town, so we'll see what we find in here. More bombs.
At least somebody's good at this Arrow game. Patience, which I don't have. I don't even like being in here. I just do it when I have to. But is gathering up lots of money.
And we have a Quake Medallion, so that's possibly 1/3 of the equation to get into either Mire or Turtle Rock if we need to. Still 2 more coins out there that we could possibly need.
And worth pointing out here in Inverted, Turtle Rock entry by the front door is something you do about half the time. But the other half you will get in via the mirror. So
and speaking of TR, there's a small key for TR.
Yeah, Pod and TR are 2 dungeons whose keys like to show up early in these, so we'll see how many more of each show up in it. Well, that and access to the mountain could mean we might see that sooner rather than later. Tabby Cat's just going to check the front 4 here and dip. No problem there. Probably all you can do without that key, so...
Yeah, I kind of can relate to that strat. Yeah, not much else you can do. Nothing in the treasure game while Windfox is taking out the shovel gate. We'll see what he digs up.
It's like Windfox went ahead and got everything. Got Zora money and Pod money and Dig Game money and everything. We got a glove here too, so there's some of that mountain access puzzle.
Definitely.
Actually, a lot of it with the lane.
And Windfox did spend an inordinate amount of time in that Arrow game, farming for those rupees. We'll see if it hurts him later in the race, but also right now it could help him. Like you said, he has Zora money, he has Pod money, so yeah, maybe all that time he spent there was worth it.
It's a play you make. What you don't want to see if you're Windfox is like 2 300s show up somewhere real soon, but with only 4 in the game, odds of that aren't so great.
Very true, and I think Windfox is going to make up some of that time he spent in the Arrow game because Tabby Cat just dipped inside.
And Misses arrow number 4, and that hurts. Trust me, I know.
Like you said, I'm with you. I don't have the patience to do this type of game.
Like, I was great at this game years ago when I wasn't trying to speedrun. Like, just let me out, give me my money, I want to go.
Just a small piece of love out of that shack while Tabby Cat's gonna go to the dig game. Gonna dig up that glove here in a moment. While Windfox is gonna dip the front 4 of Thieves Town. So they're pretty much neck and neck, running the same wavelength here. Not much separation between them.
Yeah, Tabby's going to strike out ahead, I think. What's going to do looks like Stumpy here and then probably Hype Cave. But spent a whole lot less time in the air game. Just got enough to do the dig game with. And being this Keysanity, that also means that the maps and compasses are shuffled. Compasses keep you in, they keep you on track in dungeons in case you lose count of things, but the maps tell you what the prizes are, as well as the bomb shop owner, who is, in this mode, occupying Link's house in the light world, as well as Sahasrarlo's in his normal location. Some synced up save and quits to the Dark Chapel here, and I think everybody's going up the mountain. He had a really quick check of that Ice Palace map, and most of what I saw was the off frame, so.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance. I didn't even see what the Ice Palace thing was. It clicked by so quick I didn't see it.
That evo occurred on the tracking today, though, so it was a pendant, so that goes to number 2 on the list of priorities for dungeons.
I believe our tracker is indicating that it is a Pendant Dungeon. So not necessarily a focus that we need to worry about right now, as we're both of us taking care of Gary the Old Man, which works a little differently here. We will have to do some fancy routing to get Mr. Gary back home.
Yeah, you got to take that one free portal that normally be the first one you'd go into, and then you vanilla run. Well, it's still up here. It's just in a dark world. You can see the connector to get you up here is the one from the light world, so that you can actually do it.
One of the few changes that takes place in an inverted run, that ladder right there being in the dark world to get up this mountain being one of them.
So the bunnies are leading the old men around. This is kind of fun. We're all doing this at the same time.
Yeah, not much divergence right now. They're pretty much synced up, and we only get a map out of the old man. So we'll be able to find out what Turtle Rock is as far as being crystal or dungeon. Looks like Eastern is a crystal.
Yeah, Tabby did a quick check. That was an earlier pickup.
To answer a question in chat, no, this is not a swordless seed.
Yeah, there's a couple of variations we have for an inverted. You can make any you want, but the standard that we run here is everything is still in the pool. So.
Yep, this is just basically your basic inverted Keysanity mode, open 7-7. Maps and compasses and big keys are shuffled into the item pool. And speaking of a compass, we got one on Spec Rock, so we're not going to worry about that. And inside Spec Rock is another TR key.
Yeah, And we can walk straight there because we'll point out these little changes as they come. Inverted doesn't get running a whole lot. Above that portal, you might have already seen it. There's a staircase. Wasn't there before. Leads right to Ganon's Tower, which is also not Ganon's Tower. It's Aghanim's Tower.
And Aghanim's Tower is actually GT.
So, and then being Keysanity can now get one check in that tower. So we're probably going to see that right now from Windfox and Tabby Cat. The other one is locked behind the other key, and an Aghanim one himself is behind the second key. Lamp normally too, but we already have that. You have to deal with these Haishi here with nothing but bombs.
And it is looking like that we are going to be doing an Aga climb so we can get access to the light world.
I guess we do have a Cane of Samaria, which is good because we're unlimited resources here. But you don't want to leave this chest in here and find out it was something you needed. There's another TR key, so the breadcrumb of Turtle Rock continues, the breadcrumb trail here.
Yeah, all these TR keys popping up, man, could be an early indication that we might need to do an early TR dip.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because we don't have a mirror to get in here. We don't have a sword to use a medallion, even if it's quick to get into. So, we're going to have to see what happens here.
Windfox heading over to, I think he might be headed to Super Bunny, but I'm not sure. And speaking of swords,
there's a sword.
One and a key to pod.
Yeah, pod key and TR keys. Although with that sword, I feel like the TR medallion being quick, odds just went up. And yeah, and sure enough, it's quick, and that's another change. You can execute a jump like it's a ledge from the end of the tail there to get up here. Anything you need a mirror for to get to in a standard mode is something that alternate means are provided for here in Inverted. So whether it's that, a staircase, a ladder. But, yep, we got a dip TR here in the early game. This is always a good time. No fire rods, so we won't be in here too long.
TR is definitely a crystal dungeon, but the type of crystal at this time is unknown, so we definitely will need to beat this dungeon. Just don't know if it will be possible on the very first dip. But we do have the Cane of Samaria, so...
It'll be very interesting to find, the required rods in here. You don't need a hammer, which you would normally have to even get in the door.
No, but we will definitely need a fire rod and an ice rod. We'll see if those come up. If not, it will be a guaranteed double dip at least, as Red Fox picks up the Bombos Medallion.
So yeah, go ahead.
And answering question for those of you in chat, how were we able to ascertain whether a dungeon is a crystal or not? I believe if we have either the map or the compass, it will tell us if we have a crystal or a pendant in the dungeon.
Yeah, the both runners did pick up the map. They just haven't gone to the sub-screen for it, because more than likely because they knew they were going to be walking in here. So the only thing we don't know is if it's a 5/6 or just a standard. Tabby taking a shot from the chumps on green mail. You can't do that again. Nonetheless, gets that bombos and gets on out of there wisely.
Yeah, that was a very smart strat on Windfox, just to use the Bombos Medallion just to wipe out those bounties.
Yeah, fire rod is something you like to have in here, but when you have a fire sword and there's two of them, that is better, safer, faster. Take your pick.
And the big chested TR is nothing but a pack of arrows.
And 3 keys, so we can get clear down the laser bridge here. That's the big chest and skull woods is now available. Not sure how we feel about that.
Ooh, and we get the flippers from Tabby Cat in the lava room.
You know, I missed that or Windfox skipped it. One of those.
We both completely missed it because the tracker does show that Windfox has the flippers.
Procoms. Yeah, that can be a nice early find. I'm not sure they can do much with it right now. I guess he could walk into ice, because Ice Palace is something you need a warp for. So, being that is reversed, the outer wall of Ice Palace has a hole in it. So that could be our next stop, and it could be the indication of why we got that Bombos medallion.
That very well could be, because the Bombos medallion does work in place of the fire rod in Ice Palace.
Normally you'd need Titansmiths to get in here, but inverted Titansmiths does not much besides King's Tomb and some faster ways of some other things, like the Smith Chain. Because here you can do it with just a mirror.
And it looks like Windfox 470 is taking this as far as he absolutely possibly can.
Yeah, and makes perfect sense, because once again, if you don't do this and you need to come back later after you've been all the way up the mountain and halfway down the dungeon, it's just going to feel really, really bad.
Yeah, you could easily last locate anything if you're not careful.
So 4 more chests here. Let's see what we got. I think Windfox is going to take the safety here, which just makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's definitely a smart play to take the safety on the laser bridge here, but let's see what we pick up.
Especially on green mail, one shot, you can death hole.
We get a mushroom, so we got a fetch quest going on.
Not immediately available. We still need that light world access, but it's one more thing to think about.
Small key for Tower of Hera. And Windfox is just nailing these pixels to avoid that laser as we pick up another pod small key.
Yeah, cool part about these is only the front has a hitbox, so as long as you miss the front, you're good.
And there's a castle tower key. So
Yep.
we get a couple of keys and the mushroom, and we're out of here.
So he probably has to sit and think if that's just going to send him back into Castle Tower, but at least not at the moment. I mean, it is logical, that second chest with the lamp.
Looks like Red Fox is going to go right over to Catfish, so we're going to see what the big smelly fish has for us today.
It's the Angry Zordon.
Oh, and the fish coughs up 100 rupees. Meanwhile, Tabby Cat's going over to the Ice Palace area, so we're definitely getting our first look at some major divergence here between the two players.
Yeah, I like this Ice Palace play just because it continues on that trail of breadcrumbs that started ahead of TR. With that Bombus Medallion now available, we can cut deep into here. Plus the Cane of Samaria, allows us to get a good bulk of the chest, which are on the right side, via the Icebreaker glitch, and that's always nice to do.
Definitely, and Windfox heading over to the GT, not the GT, but the Pyramid area. Looks like we're going to get a ledge check here. It's a small key, so we're going to go check it out. Skullwood small key. Tabby Cat picking up a shield there in Ice Palace. That could come in handy later.
I will say this: I know very, very little about the key logic as it applies in inverted, because, especially because of the Icebreaker, I'm not even sure you logically need any outside keys, just the ones that are under pots and enemies in here. And I guess that one rock in the room under this one.
And speaking of the Icebreaker glitch, Tabby Cat nails it excellently to pick up the blue mail. And Windfox is headed straight to Pod. So we definitely are getting some major divergence here, so we're going to see new information on both players.
Yeah, so no hammer, you can't get that key, so this chest here is the last one, and Tabby's going to have to find some health somehow, because blue mail or no, there it is. Look at that.
Now, if only we nailed it with the boomerang.
What a champ that berry is, let me tell you. There's Skullwood small key, though, so nothing really doing.
And then purposely sitting on the spikes to do a death warp, because we know we're out of here at this point. Can't go no further. We're locked out.
Well, so she's going to go down and do this the right way now, since we can't get that key. We're just going to do what we can from the other direction.
Yeah, just basically use the death warp to nope out of the area and reset and go back in. Meanwhile, Windfox just doing the crawl through Pod here. The last chest scene was just, I think it was just a compass, so no help there. We'll see what's on this bridge. Just a map.
You see the runners here in TR and Ice Palace, and whenever these are available about this point, these are both good choices. Honestly,
When Fox picks up a sword there in that room and makes it his master sword level.
You seem to see progression in either one. It's just without any keys for ice. Yeah, this what Tabby Cat's doing is necessary. So this is gonna take a little while. I know she cannot kill Cold Stare. You still need a hammer to access the room, if nothing else. So there's a few more chests down here. I think she can get everything except... I think everything except Cold Stare, and then the big chest, unless the key shows up. Windfox is over here doing himself a mimic clip, trying to force Mimic into the wall. Does it actually quite nicely, and is able to get that door open to continue on.
That was definitely an interesting strat to use in place of the bow and arrow, which we still don't have the bow, and I do believe that was the big key to Desert Palace.
Not a bad find. The only problem is we do... I mean, most familiar in regular LTTPR that you can get in the desert with a mirror or with the book, but since again the mirror is utilized for warps that we can't do and inverted, it has to be the book. So
right, and after picking up that key, we ended up getting a Ice Palace small key, which is definitely going to help Windfox later when he comes across Ice Palace. It actually might make it a little easier because he'll be able to unlock some doors that Tabby Cat ain't able to at the moment.
Yeah, he won't have to go, both ways like she's doing here.
And there's our small key for Thieves' Town, so Tabby Cat can get into the rest of the dungeon there. Well, we'll still need the big key for it, though.
Yes, that key is pretty much just for the big chest, along with the hammer, which we still don't have yet, but that's fine. Better than finding it now and giving you something else to think about before you're able to full clear.
Windfox making short work of all of these pod checks here, picking up a set of bombs.
Speaking of hammers...
And Tabby Cat picks up the hammer in Ice Palace. Nice.
So yeah, even if Windfox finds, a piece of progression here in Pod, this is going to feel like a big win for Tabby Cat here. So, like you said before, Windfox can do Ice Palace a little quicker, and we'll come up with a hammer before too long. But Tabby can now move on to other things.
And moving on to other things is exactly what Tabby Cat's doing, and based on the route, it looks like Pod will be the destination.
I was going to say something about the bomb jump thing that Tabby Cat did not do. I didn't even see that it was a 00 there in the bomb and the HUD. But I was going to say, even if you have bombs, you don't want to mess with it because it won't do you any good.
And speaking of that hammer yump there, Windfox nails it excellently. Nice execution there, picks up some rupees and a small key to GT.
Yeah, these things are nice to get out of the way. There's a lot of sequence breaks you can do here in Pod, especially in Keysanity. That one there saves you key, so that's nice even if there is nothing of real import in there. Tabby's going to do Pod as Windfox just did, mostly on account of this is where the stuff is.
And Windfox is following suit and going into Ice Palace, where Tabby Cat just came from.
So I guess what I'm trying to think of now is, since we know there wasn't anything standing alone on its own in Pod, once Windfox comes up with the hammer, what's next? I guess what's next for either of them once they're out of these dungeons? We have to revisit Agate Tower. Skull Woods Big Chest is available now. There's a bunch of one-offs that aren't pleasant, but they are for the moment something. But yeah, then we can go back and actually do Cold Stare now.
And Windfox picks up the shield there at Ice Palace, which gives him the Fire Shield level, so that's good for him.
Yeah. Didn't even think about, you pick up the hammer in Ice Palace, which is always fun, by the way, but you can do Cold Stare now, but Tabby having just a fighter sword, no fire rod, no bottles, no nothing, it just doesn't seem like a real appealing prospect, and I don't blame her one bit. Now, Windfox may try it.
Tabby Cat's trying to set up that Mimic Clip while Windfox trying to do an Icebreaker. He gets the Icebreaker, and Mimic Clip is off as well, so both players got their respective glitches to work as intended. So we'll see how quick they run through this and see how far Windfox gets through this.
I know the drop packs are supposed to be sequential. The same berry drops the same fairy that Tabby Cat got. So, good job, RNG, I guess.
Yeah, gotta love the shenanigans that RNG plays with.
So we'll see a run around here, a check of iced tea, getting that hammer, and see what Windfox does. But with a Master Sword, I'd try it.
I'd go for it.
Yeah, blue mail doesn't hurt either. In fact, with an 8 heart count, it does give the runners 1 extra hit. At least in terms of body contact on the puffs.
Yeah, Windfox did have a little trouble getting around that swinging fire bar there. Had to step out of range because couldn't navigate past it quick enough. But manages to get through it and picks up that hammer.
So Windfox is going to go up this way. Going to burn that key. Now, if we went backward, he could have saved it for the refill room next to Cold Stare, but we'll have to make do with what he's got. I guess it's not really that big of a deal, and we don't have a fire rod anyway, and oh, I see. Okay. See, I forgot. Windfox remembers about this this one chest up here.
Yeah, Windfox definitely taking care not to isolate any chicks here.
I mean, you could have done this, or you could icebreaker again on your way out. But in either way, I suppose it's not terrible. It's the choice you make. So just 5 rupees there, and back down he goes. Yep.
And I believe that death warp on Tabby Cat's side was intentional just to get back to the start of the dungeon.
Yeah, here in Keysanity, that front door locked with a small key, that's the number one thing you don't want to open if at all possible, or else you are going to have to find all 6 keys if you want a full clear. And you can't lock out, they'll be available by logic, but you never know where they can be, and it can cost you time in a race, a lot of it.
Windfox did take that little detour into the pot room there to pick up the small magic pots and fill up on his bombs, so that he can have as much ammo as possible to take on Cold Stare, which is gonna happen right now. One shot with bombos, and that shell will melt.
Yeah, that key under the rock and the hammer, and that was a nice thing to put to use there. So I'm just going to play this patiently for now, and there's nothing wrong with that, because you rush this and take a hit, you're in trouble.
Definitely, and with Cold Stare, it is a beast of a fight.
Yeah, you have to spend to get up to tempered sword level damage here, and even then it can take a while, so it's like the good old boss fights in a lot of these games back in the day, where you have like 1 or 2 hit points and the boss has about 200. But 2 puffs down already, and there's 3, so pretty nice fight from Windfox.
And we get the compass for Turtle Rock, and we get the red pendant. So, not much progression there as far as our crystal count goes, but Windfox was able to clear this in one single go. That's going to save him some time.
Yeah, that item could have been anything, so good play. Just didn't work out. You know, unless of course we need Ped later, in which case it is working out, but you know.
It is always nice to see a pet seed when I'm commentating and watching these races, because it makes everything even that much more interesting. Just to torment the runners as much as possible.
Yeah, I hear I'm good at curses, so maybe try to invoke one there just a bit.
9 times out of 10, when I'm in the booth, I evoke the commentator's curse, so be prepared for it. As Windfox is going to take a dip into Skull Woods here, we're going to take a look at that big chest.
Yeah, so we were looking for that next big thing, and well, there it is.
There's the Moon Pearl. That's definitely going to eliminate the bunny state in the light world.
Yeah, it's actual light world access here now through the swamp portal, or the CAC portal, but in inverted, once you get to the light world, things tend to really open up, since, well, the game's designed to let you get a lot of stuff in here with nothing. Imagine that. So Windfox is basically just going to be running around like a kid in a candy store here. See a regular crystal there on Eastern. Nice to know.
And we're going to check out the waterfall, the dam area here, so let's see what's inside.
And he does have the option of checking, you know, what would normally be the player house here for the 5-6 crystal information. So we'll see.
And there's the cape, so that's going to be, that might come in handy later.
Yeah, come in handy just about any time. Now I know somebody has seen Bumper Ledge, if not everybody. I don't remember it though.
There are definitely some interesting strats that can be used utilizing that cape. Our tracker is indicating Bumper Ledge was just a piece of heart, so a small piece of love there, as we get a Ganon's Tower small key there in the water. And Tabby Cat's gonna pull up the 100 rupees from the smelly fish.
So Bumper Ledge, we know we're not going to see it today. It's another little fun one. You have to access it from the light world, the spot that would normally be your access to the mountain. That sends you to the Bumper Cave, and there was that fire rod, powder.
I believe that was the ice rod, and we
Ice
also
rod?
get the powder.
Color's a little wonky. So yeah, so we know ice rod is needed, so that's nice to get out of the way as well.
Trolldor Cave was definitely worth visiting today. Indicating for chat, it was definitely the ice rod that was pulled out of the mini Moldorm Cave. Windfox is going to check out the ice cave check here. Small bit of love. And yes, we did find the moon pearl in that chest in that big chest in Skullwoods.
Tabby Cat here taking the Cack Warp instead of what Windfox did, and just going to go ahead and do Kakariko from the top down this way. You don't see this much. Lake Hiley Island, just a compass. Now you might have seen the little staircase or ladder or whatever to get onto it there. You just walk up, that's it. But not today. We don't care.
No, just a compass, so we're not going to waste our time there. Nothing really of use in the Lost Wood area, as we're going to see what the hobo has for us today.
Money. And Windfox is definitely on Zora's good side right now at the moment. Some bombs under Agonim's tree there, so won't be seeing that either. Though I will remind that the Agatar's second chest is full logical now, so that there may be something that we still have to think about later if we're looking for things, but since it's one check by itself, not anytime soon. So instead of doing Kakariko right away, Tabby Cat's going to do Sanctuary as well as Graveyard Ledge, which is another mirror required item in a normal mode, so there again, a ladder.
And the Waterfall Cave did not produce much of anything for Windfox, as we're going to check out the ledge, which only has a red rupee. So we're definitely going to spend some money to see what Zora's hiding today.
Tabby Cat picking up that map purposely. I mean, maps are good information here. And then we see that's just a pendant, so we're not even going to prioritize desert too much right now. Can't even get into it, but helps us figure out what our crystals are. And there's a cane of burnout for Windfox, so take
a very expensive cane of burna, mind you.
Yeah, well, we just got it paid for with 300 pickups in a row, which, you know, you figure you have to see at some point.
Not much help for Tabby Cat in the back half of Escape.
Yeah, it's still good to get the sun out. This is basically like doing Graveyard Ledge in a normal mode because you can't just save and quit to here. This is not a hub point or whatever you want to call it. Just a compass there, but it's out of the way.
Yeah, Tabby Cat utilizing the best possible route to get from where back half was back to Sank, because like you said, can't do it the save and quit way like we normally would in a standard world set.
We're going to see what we're making with mushrooms here today. at the old shop, and we are just making some funny money.
Yeah, gotta love funny money, but we're not picking it up today. And Tabby Cat is going to do the Kakariko checks here as we're in the hideout.
Yeah, this is pretty automatic in your standard mode since there's just all this stuff available from minute 1, and there's a bow.
There's a bow. That will definitely come in handy.
This is mid-game stuff and boots.
And boots, that quickens things up a bit.
Yeah, Tabby will probably think about going back for Bonk Rocks, maybe. But yeah, this is a nice treasure trove, this whole area, in a mid-game situation like this is. So.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like CAC is stacked as far as we can tell so far. We'll see what the rest of it has as Tabby's going toward the well. Meanwhile, Windfox is basically following suit with checking the back half of Escape here, so we'll focus on Tabby Cat here. Book of Bador, that's going to come in handy for the tablets.
And tablets and exclusive desert access, which we did just get that map for, and being a pendant.
Also, we got a bottle of goo, some bombs, an arrow, and a small key for Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer's another one of those dungeons you do not need the external keys for, but they're nice to have if you see them. I mean, if you're looking for something specific, you don't want to see them. But
bottle vendor with a heart container, and we'll see what's in the old chicken shack.
So, I saw something red up there on Tyra here, and Maddie Walker says it's 5-6 crystals, so that's nice to know.
And the bartender just leaving a refund there in the back half of the tavern for us.
I guess we did get the red pennant already, so it does kind of track. You have a bottle? Here, let me give you another one. It says the infirm juvenile. Tabby Cat getting 2 rupees short of Zora money with that B turn in. Nice play there. I mean, she doesn't know there's 600 right in front of the door, but
bonked that tree and picked up the remaining number of rupees needed to take care of Zora. And we are going to see what the bat has.
that was interesting. Was that SD2 menu or something? Yeah, you gotta... Oh yeah, Tabby does not have the powder. Didn't realize that. Okay, so we're doing this the glitchy way. Do the cane, switch to the mushroom, it thinks it's powder. Here you are.
And for the troubles, we get a piece of love.
Cursed with a broken heart forever. So sad.
But alas, we move on, and it looks like we're going to check out the library and race game respectively. We're just going to leave that little piece of love right where it sits.
It's medallion number 3, so lack of knowledge of Meyer, we might as well just pick it up.
Yep, Tabby's going to go right for that Ether medallion, and that will clear us of the medallions at this point.
Trash obtained. Tabby Cat exit stage right. No bonk rocks just yet. Just gonna stick to this route for a little while.
Another change there for K45, another normal mirror check, but because of the lack of the mirror, the area just opens up completely to allow us access.
I'm just going to hazard a guess here that Windfox does not. I was going to say before I can even get the sentence out, has no intention of selling that bee. Hey, you have to mirror the Bombus tablet. Not an inverted. Another ladder. Let's see what we got.
A small key, and it is for Desert Palace.
Look at that. Door key under the mat. Well,
which means, logically, this dungeon is not boots locked. Oh, we get the Titans bit. We get the Titans bit in Bunk Rocks.
Yeah, we'll have to see when Tabby gets back to that, because the time to do it would have been right when we picked up those boots. But
as far as Tabby Cat goes, yes, the time to do that would have been about 5 minutes ago.
Sometimes it's hard to collect your thoughts as to what all you open with each item, so, you know, I know I've done it. Bugnet in the King's Tomb. We're going jellyfishing.
Yep, and sometimes it is kind of hard to keep your thoughts like you were saying, especially when you're on the clock.
Figure out what Thieves Town is next time we get around to checking that map. But Tabby Cat's just going to clear us out with all the keys, and the fact that it's a pendant, whatever, we have... You know, the book is essentially a key here too, so it almost seems like the game's saying, hey, go here. Now, maybe just to laugh at us, but...
Which will be to our delight.
Yeah, 10 arrows isn't a great start. Big key to somewhere, well, you're probably going to need that, unless it's swamp or something.
Yeah, it's a Swamp Palace big key.
Yeah, not too many unnecessary big keys, but Swamp's one of them, and I think the only one we didn't already have, and there it is. So, starting to feel a little bit funky.
Another small piece of love there for Tabby Cat as he opens up that big chest.
I mean, I feel like we're going to see Windfox do the same thing, because, I mean, that's... It would feel bad not to do it. You know, and just miss obvious stuff in there, so... Tabby tried to get spin speed there to make quick work out of that ledge check, but didn't work. No big deal.
Just a bloopy anyway, so no worries. Windfox doing the same thing, checking the race game before doing it, realizing he might want to go ahead and take care of that so that we pick up that medallion. Nice speed there through that doorway there from Tabby Cat.
Yeah, you don't expect too much on a race game here in Inverted, you know, as a mid-game item, but you know, today it has something we might need, so... I mean, you could choose to leave it there until you see Meyer, but I don't know if I would do that, especially whenever you have to purposely portal to the light world. So the worms are hungry, and Tabby Cat's got the food.
Yeah, looks like spiky food with those arrows, as Windfox is going to sync up with Tabby Cat, albeit probably about 3 to 5 minutes behind.
You know, Windfox is doing this first, and, you know, if there's something in here like, you know, a rod, well, no, Windfox already has Ice Rod. Did Tabby Cat not get that? I mean, if she did, I suppose she'd be using it.
I do believe Tabby Cat did do a Gina's Cave.
No, I mean, the Ice Rod, now that I don't remember where it was.
I know Tabby Cat did pick up the ice rod.
Very well. Either way, those are some dead worms. We got a small key for TR, so that's not the worst thing to get for.
Ice rod was in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, I don't remember she did that yet. I don't think so, actually.
Tabby Cat has not been to Moldorm Cave yet.
Yeah, see, it was hard to tell from just the gameplay because she didn't have any magic anyway. So yeah, that'll be the Windfox's advantage here to use that whenever he gets around to Land Mollis. Make a lot quicker work out of that. Yeah, that is 3 TR smalls, and that's I believe the minimum to clear it, unless that's normal. You probably actually need less, but if you want a full clear, you need, I think, all of them. I don't know, somebody can help me out there. I don't have the... I don't think inverted needs too much whenever you have like 5 different entrances.
Yep, and while these runners are cleaning up everybody else, want to take a moment to invite the chatters out there watching us on Speed 2 to like and follow our runners tonight, as well as our tracker, Made Woke Herd, as well as my co-commentator, Scrupula, and myself. Now Tabby Cat is in Moldorm Cave, is gonna pick up those items.
It's getting fought with a little here, but that one stuck worm can just eat a blade. We're not playing around today. And there's that ice rod. I'm sure she wishes she had about 5 minutes ago, but... her choice of route is not a bad one by any means, so...
No, I definitely can see that as being a viable route, and it did kind of work for Tabby Cat. And it looks like Windfox is also going to clear Desert, and when he does, it will be his second pendant.
Yeah, you want to do these just because there's items here. Especially this one here in an inverted, whenever, you know, it takes the book and the whole trip around to get here, you might as well just do it.
Indeed, and with the way this seed is routing everybody, and the fact that we're now picking up our second pendant from Windfox, it is rather scary, because that also could be an indicator that we need that pedestal.
Yeah, the pendants are just kind of falling into the laps here. We don't have knowledge on the third that I'm aware of yet, so we'll have to see where that is. But so Tabby Cat's going to clean up all the flipper checks. Windfox has done them and is going to head back up the mountain. Probably get that second chest from Aga's Tower. Just wanted to pray to the wall for a little bit there. You love grabbing a wall when you're trying to run, you know?
Yep, and you are definitely right. Windfox is heading into Aga Tower here. And it looks like we are definitely going to get that second chest.
I'm trying to think of what else is up here. I mean, we got more keys for TR, but Windfox has cleared that out. We got Spike Cave. I guess we got the whole light side to do now. Yeah, we do. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, we still got quite a few checks that we could do up here.
It's kind of a long trip because you have to take that first portal. Yeah, with no miss, you're going to have to take the first portal. Oh, man.
And that second trip to Aga Tower was well worth it for Windfox as we pick up the Fire Rod.
Yeah, that changes plans for sure, and we're going to start focusing on dungeons after that one.
I believe so, because Windfox immediately noped right out of there. It's like, I'm out of here.
So we see here, the last pendant is on Helmasaur. Thieves Town's a crystal, and Skullwoods is a crystal, so yeah. Windfox found the answer, or at least a big part of it.
That was a huge part of the puzzle there, Des. That opened up quite a few things for Windfox, especially the back half of Skull Woods.
And Tabby Cat's doing the same thing, so, I mean, they're on the right track here, the both of them, and this is going to be a race for sure. At an hour and 5 minutes in, they're just about a minute apart.
At this point, it is still anybody's race because, as you said, it is rather close because they are, like you said, about a minute apart. So anybody screws up could cost the person the game.
Yeah, there's still a lot of choices to be made is another thing, especially with Keysanity. That gives you a lot of options clear to the end of the game, and just looking at things here, Windfox has done more things, but Ice Palace is one of those, all the way down to Cold Stare. Now, it worked out for Tabby Cat not to do that with the lack of weaponry, but she may not go back there. In fact, I don't think she's going to have a reason to, so that's going to save her time.
And we're going to get to see a moth fight, so here we go. Gotta keep the moth off the spikes or it will negate the damage.
Yeah, it's cooperating for the time being. So, yeah, just a few more shots. And
utilizing a combination of Fire Rod and Master Sword strats to make short work of the Mothula, and we do get a crystal.
Yeah, now we can get into Swamp. Can't do the whole thing. In fact, no, we can't go into Swamp. We still need a mirror.
No, right. We still need the mirror, and we will need the hook shot at some point, even if we think about doing Swamp Palace.
Some tabbies. Over in Hookshot Cave. I mean, if you can, smoke them if you got them, I guess is how you say it whenever you're here.
I agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly. To answer your question in chat, could Hookshot be on pedestal? Depending on, possibly yes.
I probably wouldn't even dare to answer that because every key that's required for all those pendant dungeons can't be hook locked, etc., etc. So yeah, normally it's as easy as just where were these items at?
But yes, as we've highlighted, PED is still in play. We have not eliminated that as a possibility.
I mean, it's available right now with Bow and Hammer both being in their possession. So.
Meanwhile, Tabby Cat back inside TR.
Yeah, both runners have been to pods, so I'm not sure they want to really go back anytime soon either. We have to at least pick up a few crystals before we think about that.
Windfox there attempting to do a hover there and, well, not working.
And Tabby Cat can revisit and get that chest she didn't get, because there's a hook shot right in front of TR. Where were those mitts? We just picked those up? So, in fact, he was able to use that warp. Oh, Kingston. I thought that was the bug net. This wasn't thinking of something else or watching something. Maybe I'm watching the wrong game. I don't know. Oh, Blancrox. There it is. Yeah, actually, both are boots required, and Tabby Cat didn't do either. I mean, everybody knows a bug net's more important, but.
And Windfox taking care of Paradox here. A small key to Pod, some money, a big key for Thieves Town. That opens that up. A map, and a piece of love.
So, back to Western Dark World. Before too long, I think.
There's a bomb jump. Looks like we're going to be going to Spiral Cave.
Yeah, I must have lost track of the fact that Tabby Cat either didn't come down here, or maybe she did and is just choosing to finish this up now with the full complement of items.
Small key on the floating island. It is Castle Tower. It's another one of those mirror checks, but because it's inverted, we get a bridge.
Yeah, so the Aghanim 1 is open, but I don't. Unless I'm not thinking of something, I don't see any reason we would be doing it.
And we do get a boss fight here. Yeah.
Tabby Cat's doing Master Sword in here, which means I hope the heck she has a green potion. She does, okay.
That green potion's definitely gonna come in. That definitely saved her for Trinax.
I mean, she knew it, I just didn't. So, yeah, and Windfox is going to just choose to clear this all out first, and this isn't bad, because we still need a handful of things. Take that book to the tablet and get some sticks. But,
yeah.
Meantime, Tabby Cat's taking down Trinax, and it's going to get 5-6 crystal and a piece of heart, so...
And Windfox takes a dive into Tower of Hera. Downstairs, we see a key, and it is a Hyrule Castle key. Not one I think we really need.
Yeah, we have equal access to all the checks in there now, so... I think there's something with logic or something that makes them all quote-unquote logical now or something, but...
And we are going to check out the basement. And we get a setup. We got to get a coffee break. Yes, we get a coffee break.
I love that. Oh, we run a 30-frame stream, and it's a 60-frame invincibility blink. Despite the refreshing of that, we're apparently capturing every on frame. So, Windfox is in fact blinking. That's why he is not taking any damage. Good thing Zelda devs put stuff where you need it. Just some bombs, but that's another thing that's out of your mind. So have to walk out there to no mirror. Tabby Cat getting the same information that One Fox did a few minutes ago with his 4 available pieces of information on the map. Yeah, let's put it this way, I haven't said anything involving a special kind of stupid yet. That's a new one for me.
One Fox taking his dive into Spiral Cave, so let's see what we dig up. Ganon's Tower Small. Nice.
Yeah, that's number 3. That ought to be enough to take care of most of the things you might want to do in GT.
Tabby Cat realizing no help in the bottom half of Paradox. Not sure if the top half of Paradox is going to be much helpful for Tabby Cat either. Windfox gonna take a trip over the spikes in the cave. And for his trouble, he gets a pack of stabby sticks.
Yeah, well, these overworld checks are kind of thinning out right now, so yeah, Thieves Town seems to be rather well indicated next.
I would tend to agree, and I think Windfox has that same, well, I thought he might have had the same concept there, but it looks like he's going over to Hammerpeg area. And we get Speedy Pegs.
So this is the kind of thing I do. I mean, I'm guessing he's doing this just because you count the amount of things you need left, and you figure you're going to do some of this stuff anyway, so why not do it?
And Hammer Pegs only has a little piece of love. We'll just leave that behind for somebody else.
Yeah, there comes a point in every runner's life you just kind of smell what the logic rocket's cooking, and Overworld just ain't working out.
I see what you did there, and yeah, I agree. But after the detour to Hammer Pegs, it is straight into Thieves Town for Windfox, so I anticipate this being a full clear.
Yeah, most things are on the way to what you got to do. You got to do the ceiling, and this is an anonymizer. You got to go up to the attic no matter what, so.
Windfox in the bomb room here, gonna open up the hole for the blinds room, let that sunshine beam down on him, as we pick up nothing useful in that chest. Meanwhile, Tabby Cat, she pulls off the Hera pot. That's gonna save a little time.
Yeah, it's nice to do whenever you have the big key, especially. You can. Or we don't have a big key, do we? No, we don't. So it saves more than time. It actually allows us up here in the first place.
That is a fair point.
mean, you get this done, you need to. That way, you probably run into the key since you logically need it, but this way you don't have to worry about when that is.
Another key to Meyer.
Yeah, so here even the dungeons aren't paying out too much, but they are needed, so...
Tabby Cat utilizing hammer strats on Moldorm there. Bear in mind that the hammer does tempered level damage, so the worm dies in 3 hits as Tabby Cat picks up that crystal.
Yeah, hammer's nice on Moldorm. You don't bounce. Big hitbox on the tail allows you to maintain full speed instead of trying to spin. So yeah, one more dead worm. And there are a lot of them in this game. So we do have the small key, so we are going to try the basement as Windfox did. Now, it's just bombs, but you don't want it in the back of your mind. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep, and Windfox taking on the blind fight here. Regardless of what weapon you use, it's 9 hits total to take him out. And we get more stabby sticks.
So, I don't know, in my mind, and probably Windfox's as well, the routing that he chose to do and picking up these overworld checks makes more sense now. Like, it doesn't feel as bad because of the fact that Thieves Town, which you were going to do anyway, didn't pay out.
And Tabby Cat did not get the coffee break there and almost took a death warp to the tiles there. And all that trouble for a pack of bombs. Meanwhile, Windfox is taking care of the smith chain. He's got the frog in tow.
Yeah, this is like I mentioned before, one of these things that works fine with nothing but the mirror here and inverted, but we happen to have it and the mitts, so it's nice and quick.
It is the one item that Tabby has not picked up yet that Scopula has. So we'll have to see how Tabby Cat routes in picking up the mitts. Meanwhile, we'll see what Windfox picks up from more stabby arrows from the smith chain.
The bag is full. Stop it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's overflowing with those stabby sticks.
Yeah, I'm projecting. It's my alt. No, I'm kidding. Windfox is doing a lot of the stuff I would do, I will say that, so I'm just kind of enjoying this.
Likewise, I am definitely enjoying this myself, as Tabby Cat now goes into Thieves Town. It's going to be another dip for her, but we will be able to clear it this time. Uncle gives us a piece of love.
Yes.
He should have gave that to us before he left.
Yeah, poor guy. Uh-oh. Another one off.
And there's a big key that we absolutely don't need.
Well, it could be an item in the chest is the only problem with it. So, that's last location material.
Yeah, and we're going to get a look inside the front half of Escape.
I love inverted. 85 minutes in or so, and we're doing a front of Escape. Could be big. We'll see.
GT Small. I think at this point, Windfox has enough GT Small keys to make the climb.
Yeah, I don't think emits are needed. I think if the rando just put them there because a lot of times in inverted you'll find them in GT. Windfox needs money. Thank you, game.
Yeah, Windfox just taking it all to the bank.
I still remember that earlier Aero game stuff. I mean, and you know, Windfox is basically ahead still, so it's just not a big deal. But still, has to.
Yeah, and there are no GT small keys in GT this seed because Windfox has them all.
Yeah, there'll be the ones under the pots and stuff, but yeah, this is plenty. There we go. The bot's working. Follow those guys and girls. They're great. They're here putting on a show. No show without them.
It's a show that we are definitely enjoying and are more than proud to bring to you guys live here on Speed Gaming 2.
So, Windfox walked halfway back up and quit. What'd I miss? Might have been in standard start mode there for a little bit in the head. I don't know. It's not too bad. It's like a minute or something. But what's he doing now, though?
Tabby Cat going a little bit off script with the blind fight, but takes it down nonetheless.
Yeah. Windfox headed back to TR. Didn't finish that. I forgot. Tabby's picking up that crystal. That is number... What is it?
That is Tabby's first crystal.
Really? No, TR's one. So that's at least 2. I don't remember what Tyra Hera had. I guess.
That's right. I did forget that she did Trinex. So, according to our tracker, that is her 3rd.
Yeah, Tyra Hera from Windfox says it was a 5.6, so we'll go with that. Windfox picking up that hook shot finally, and then doesn't really cost him anything. Still can't get into swamp, so no big deal. Nice to have.
Answering question for chat, I do believe the hammer was in Ice Palace.
Ice tea room specifically, so that's the worst in a regular mode. It's not much better here, but we were on a big breadcrumb trail to get to that point, so.
And we got Tabby Cat in Skull Woods. We got Windfox in TR.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a little recap here, I guess, since we're just retreading as Tabby's ready to swat the bug here. But basically the start of the seed, you know, it sends us to West Darkworld being inverted, and we found a number of things there. Mostly it was TR small keys, and that's how we wound up there, because that, the glove, and ended up going all the way down to Laser Bridge. We couldn't finish it, though. Neither runner did, so what we did find in there was a big key to Skull Woods, which, you know, you normally don't need, but that chest, which is the one thing it's required for, happened to have the moon pearl in it, so. And then off for the races in the light world, so that's about where we're at. We're just picking up little pieces to get our 7 required crystals here tonight. Tabby Cat finishing up Skull Woods with that sub-bridge check, and it's just GT map. So we're done with that. And for her, it looks like it's going to be over to the light world for some more. Maybe escape.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Tabby Cat did go up there and knock out the escape route. Meanwhile, we'll get Windfox's Trinax fight.
Yeah, Windfox can go good with the hammer strats here. A little bit of a menu boss this way, but it's not bad. It'll save you some magic, maybe some beatings as well, with the menu giving you a buffer to think. The ice floor has other plans, however. So Windfox will have to be careful here. It's probably just gonna one more hit ought to do it. That ice hit. Being pesky here. That was real close with that last hammer shot. I think the rod is what did it though.
And I'm not sure of the safety that Windfox has. We know he has a bottle of green goo, but I don't remember what's in that other bottle. So
I want to say there was a fairy pickup at some point. I think. I ran 2 races today, so don't quote me.
actually, I think it might be the B because we don't have a bug net to capture any fairies.
I mean, I would have had to have come with one, is the thing. So, but yeah, no, you're probably right, because 2 bottles, 1 green would be.
Okay, I am apparently mistaken. According to our tracker, Windfox does have bugnet.
Well, I mean, either way, I don't remember a fairy being bagged just yet. I mean, with Windfox does Tower of Hera here shortly, probably. Along with Herapot, you might do that since there's 2 down here. Gonna take this warp over and see what they did here. You need the hammer to get out, so they're trying to keep things, level. You need a hammer to get in and regular, so of course you need it to get out in here.
Tabby Cat looking to do a death warp so that we can just take the easy way out of the castle.
Yeah, we're gonna see Dark Cross here, and this will make me think about what Windfox did, like walking halfway and then quitting out. I don't know if he actually did it.
No, Windfox did not take a look at Dark Cross. This is actually our first look at it.
Yeah, so I'll have to ask later what happened. I mean, whether this is anything or not, but I'm just curious as to the thought process on it. Uh-oh. Well,
Yeah,
need that.
Uh-oh is right, because that was a pod big key.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you as a runner, we don't get a lot of chances to run Keysanity, and sometimes you forget that. I mean, it might have been he was counting items and figured, oh, it must be a map because we haven't seen a map yet. And then just didn't do it on that basis, but
That could be. Either way, it could come back to bite him. As we do have a second Trolldorm fight as Windfox 0, Trolldorm 1. Because he got knocked off the ledge.
yeah, it's actually hard to see the prizes here from us, from our little thing here. But Matty Walker's point out it is a green pendant, so that big pod key is good for, I guess, up to 3 checks: the chest, Helmasaur, and Sahashala. So Could be locking one of those three, and they could have something behind it, but we don't know. 4.
And after the third attempt at the Trollodorm fight, Windfox finally slays the worm.
Great Bob pointing out it's actually 4 since that's the third pendant. So that's a handful of checks behind one key for a non-required dungeon prize. So that's, yeah. That will be an asterisk for a little while here.
Yep, 3 checks inside the dungeon itself, a 4th check if you count the pedestal.
Tabby Cat. Yeah, we might have to do all dungeons. It won't be Aga. It's technically part of the deal, but close enough. Tabby Cat says, we need to go deeper because we have not yet finished Ice Palace. And that chest, which Windfox does not know about and probably never will, has just $20. So thank you.
Yeah, I don't think Windfox is going to go back to that dungeon just for that one single chest.
Yeah.
But he is going to turn in this purple chest.
Yeah, when we know a chest has junk, it stands to reason that, you know, whenever we're looking for required things, we'll find it before we have to think about stuff like this. But sometimes the actual spots can be really nasty, so...
Now, that is definitely par for course with this game, as we are going to get to see a Tabby Cat Cold Stare fight. Let's see how well she does here.
Yeah, just Master Sword, but we got Hammer, we got Fire Rod. Windfox has a Misery Mire Big Key, and we need that. But, you know, Tabby Cat will be in pretty good shape, I say. We're short on magic now, but yeah, it'll be fine.
I like how chat put it with the purple chest turn in, a required lunchbox. Tabby Cat utilizing that safety from the red goo there to finalize that fight with Cold Stare. That goo probably saved her. Oh!
Silvers!
Oh, Windfox picks up the silvers.
And if we don't see another sword, that's a big deal. Speed up Ganon immensely.
Yeah, if I ain't much mistaken, it's what, 4 hits with the silvers and Ganon is done?
Yeah, got to spin to win in phases 1 and 2, but not 3 and 4. Well, 3. 1 through 3. Not 4. Trying to think now if we know that has to be the second bow. Where's the first bow? I don't remember.
I believe the first bow was found in Kakariko, Blind's hideout.
So, equal spheres on that one then.
Meanwhile, we're going to get a Windfox Eastern dip here, so we'll see some new information as we open up these chests.
Tabby Cat's over here doing Pendant Pod Remainder first, so that's a play.
I wonder if Tabby Cat is taking the gamble here to clear this dungeon on the onset that the pedestal is required.
It's a play. I mean, a whole bunch of implications for sure. I'm not sure how many items can be on this path, but...
Oh, there's the flute!
Yeah, that's a flute, so we need that as well. No, we don't, do we?
No,
we
I
don't.
don't think we really need it, but
No, we
it
can
might.
walk in the desert. Yeah, we can walk in the desert and mirror. Well, we can't mirror now. We don't have mirror, but
Yeah, still looking for the almighty mirror.
yeah, like Bob says here, or not Bob, as it were. Yeah, mirror could be in the Mire area. So
And Tabby Cat is definitely looking for the full clear on Helmosaur, so I believe that she is taking the gamble for the ped play here. And I missed what Windfox picked up in that chest.
not much. It's compass, yep. So, like I said, I like this play from Tabby Cat. As I said, it's up to 4 checks that you may need. I just probably would have done Eastern first, just to see what was in there. But
And Helmosaur goes down with the quickness, and it is a key to Meyer.
I like that one. Shoutouts.
Then again, Tabby Cat could simply have been doing this dungeon particularly just for the green pendant turn in and not necessarily the ped play. But the ped is in play.
Yep. Head, Saha, Helma, and the big chest, which Tabby's going to go do right now. All behind that big key.
Meanwhile, Windfox going ahead and releasing the duck.
Obligatory salute. There it is. Thanks, you. Thanks, Cabotroid. I was doing one of these last night. We had about 20 of those in the chat per flute. Yeah, we will need a mirror for Swamp.
Yes.
That's about it.
Yes, the mirror is hard required because we need it to get into Swamp Palace. And Windfox is going over into the Grove. We're going to get a ped check.
Ooh, well,
Half
that's nice.
magic. Ped is dead. That is half magic.
Yeah, that's nice, and I'd say we wouldn't see it, but Tabby Cat may just pull it. She's got the ability. And that can change things at GT if this thing is still close by then. So, I mean, don't sleep on that one.
But given that new information that we've uncovered from Windfox, that could keep him away from the remaining Pendant Dungeon.
Yeah, well, Windfox is not going to do it for sure. I mean, well, let's just say delay that by 10 seconds when we see Saha here. Okay, not Saha yet. She didn't do Saha, did she?
No. I believe we're going to do Saha right now, if not after Eastern.
Yeah, she's going to hop down afterward.
Yeah, she's going to do Eastern first, and then I anticipate the Saha turn in. Meanwhile, Windfox is headed straight to the Meyer area, so we're going to get a closet check.
I'm trying to think what do we need? We have Eastern Big Key, who's still outstanding. We need that. Air's a Tempered Sword, so Silver Advantage kind of disappears a little bit. And there's that Eastern.
And there's that Eastern Big Key. So he picks up his bacon and the Big Key to Eastern.
So that's out of the way. So it's a mirror. And in Windfox's case, unfortunately, Dark Cross is going to weigh heavily on our minds. Other than that, that's about it. That's all I see.
Yeah, that Dark Cross is going to come back and get him, I do believe. I think he might last locate that. But in the end, right now, we are going to do a Meyer dip, because we are still looking for the magic hammer. Or not the hammer, but the mirror. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can full clear this bad boy. And we need to get the prize, but I'm imagining we're going to see just about everything in here. There's, I want to say 7 items plus the boss. Good
Yeah,
old
that does sound
Keysanity.
about right. That does sound about right. I just now wonder if Windfox will be rerouting Eastern back into his route now that he's got that big key to open up that big chest.
And as far as Dark Cross goes, I still kind of am of the mind that he thought it was, a dead check, a map, whatever. Mode variance issues. Might have realized it by now, but of course now it's one check. I mean, of course he's hoping upon hopes that he does not need. If that were the case. Unfortunately, we know he does.
And we're going to get a look inside the cutscene chest here as soon as the game frees him back up.
So yeah, Tabby's pulling that compass out of the big key chest there in Eastern. Feeds herself to the bubbles to get out with a little bit of a health refill. Stands that big key. Let's go see some old men.
Yeah, let's see what Saha is hiding with that green pendant.
Yes, this could be interesting. Oh, just a piece.
No help whatsoever, just a piece of love. Back of the closet. That was our first bow location. Oh, no, that was a silver location for Windfox.
Yeah, it was the second one both runners picked up, but any runner in this race could have picked them up in either order. And we do have 14 runners today too, so if any of them finish and end up in chat, I guess we can ask them about how they did things compared to what we see here on stream, but that is for another time. Because that's a mirror, which is no mode for us. Just gonna be a matter of seeing when Fox gets back to Hyrule Castle, and that just sounds bad to say, you know?
And because of the mirror being inside buyer, that does make the flute required.
Yeah, we got a spicy inverted on our hands here.
And Tabby Cat picking up her funny money. And spends it on a bottle of green goo.
No penny left behind.
Tabby Cat finally making her way over to the Bunk Rocks area as Windfox continues to climb through mire.
Yeah. Managed to forget about that Mitts issue with Tabby Cat. I wonder how that feels for her, but
Windfox did miss the map chest in mire. Did not get that check, but we do have a Vitreous fight with Silvers. It's going to be short work.
yeah. As you say, almost before you get done saying it, down goes the eyeballs. Another piece of heart. Yeah, being as this is inverted, those mitts being late, that's not a big deal. I mean, you see she immediately checked the one thing you need them for.
I believe we are going to get a Swamp Palace play from Windfox here.
Yep, we can do it. And with items on the board, unfortunately, we're going to see a full clear. Tabby Cat's going to get to go mode this thing, which is a big swing in her favor, but when Fox having a little moment with the mirror, don't worry, I do this half the time I play these because you have to do it the other way here in Inverted.
Yeah, and Tabby Cat having a little trouble with the thief there outside the grove, and Tabby Cat's just going to go for the blind pull of Ted, which is not going to pay off.
It won't, but it's not. It doesn't feel bad. I mean, like I said, that's a nice thing to have. It just is.
Yeah, half magic is nice to have. It does provide a little bit of safety as far as magic use goes, but other than that, not much help.
I mean, if you had the choice of that or 10 sticks, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah. So Windfox, looking at it again, yeah, is just looking for that pod big key and won't find it, but hopefully there's not too much in here that leads into other stuff like, you know, a shovel. You know, that wouldn't be too bad, but...
Yeah, but Windfox doesn't really need any of that stuff. He's in go mode.
Is he?
Yeah, Windfox is in full go mode. He can clear every dungeon and get that GT climb.
You know, like I was saying, he doesn't have the big key because he left in Dark Cross. So. The big key to pod. That would be the issue.
Pod's a pendant.
Oh. Oh shit.
He don't need that key. It's a pendant dungeon.
Oh my god. Well, I said it like 20 times. Nobody stopped me. This is why I didn't want to play it, because I would be doing this in my own head. And...
Honestly, I wouldn't have picked up on it myself, except I happened to glance over at the chat as you were saying it.
Well, this would be the second dungeon today that I saw the little red dot on there, and was like, oh, it's a 5-6. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to watch this one back, because I even remember I went saying how, you know, we just need to see Saha, and then we know. We saw Saha, and then we knew, and then we forgot.
And Windfox going to make short work of the popcorn jellies on this Argus fight. Went for the arrow strats there, but failed, so switching to the spin strats with the tempered sword. Finally takes down Argus, and we get a piece of love for our trouble. So, we get the crystal and a broken heart. Now Windfox has just got to clean up that Eastern Palace, and he is on his way. And Tabby just noped right out of Meyer
Yeah, no big key there. It took me a second to figure that one out too, because I figure at this point I had darn well better think before I speak. But yeah, I don't even remember where that was.
Yeah, for her, it's a mirror and big key hunt.
Yeah, Meyer, big or purple chest, the lunchbox, right? So I should be getting it here in a few minutes, beyond the Smith chain and all that. But yeah.
And it does look like Tabby Cat is on the right path doing the Smith chain. Gonna get that, We'll see if she follows up with the purple chest after the Smith chain to get that required lunchbox. Meanwhile, Windfox is just making short work of this half of Eastern. And with Silvers, the Armos fight is just going to be stupid quick.
Yeah, sometimes you can do this too quick, especially lining up the way that he just did, but it was wise to take the step inside. And there they go. So that is, in fact, crystal number 7.
And with that being crystal number 7 for Windfox...
Matt says 1. Why is Matt saying 1?
Well, at this point, we would typically ask a particular question, but because this is Keysanity, that question is no longer relevant. We know where the big key is. He's got it. All he has to do is make the climb. Note that there is no big key guessing game today, as it's Keysanity, and we already have it.
You say there's 23 checks in GT. That's a lot of checks, but you know, the hope that I always have when I play these is that we don't need any of them, and today is one of those days.
Yes, indeedy, Scoopula. Today has been one of those days. And our friend Bootroid was right there on the trigger, ready to go for the guessing game, and I think we kind of dashed his hopes a little bit.
Yeah, there's a chance that one of them forgets and starts dipping a few, and I don't know. So here's GT, squarely in the middle of the light world. And Fox knows full well he's got that key, and up he goes. Like I said, I was afraid we'd be looking for something else with access to this place, but not today. It's always nice. You see enough of GT, honestly.
No, in that regard, the seed was relatively pleasant, but it wasn't without its own difficulties.
So there's Tabby Cat coming up with a Meyer Big, and still gotta hit that mirror at some point, but actually I'm drawing a blank on its location now too. Oh, it's here in Meyer, that's right.
Yep, the mirror was here in Meyer. We were just waiting for Tabby Cat to pick up that big key so that she could access the other half of the dungeon to pick up that mirror.
I think I'm still going to ask Windfox if we get the opportunity about that Dark Cross thing, because turns out here in Rando, you forget something and you luck out, it saves you time. Skip telling and a bunch of other stuff, so.
I would say some of the gambles that we've seen Windfox take today has actually paid off because he has a significant lead at this point.
Yeah, I know I'm the kind of dude who just gets everything, and so I typically don't do well in Keysanity. Yeah, Matt, I'm with you on that one. It's a good thing I don't have a sword on here. I would have done all kind of goofy stuff.
Windfox taking care of those land moles pretty quickly. And we're just gonna speed on through with the rest of the climb. Wizard room. Flawless.
Yeah. And in fact, Matt, whenever he said 1, I was actually going to lead into well, there's this 23 chest thing, and we're going to guess again. And then Jeff Duruff stopped me. Thank you. So I have done enough climbing on the mic today.
And Windfox makes short work of both wizard rooms, so nice work there. Now we're going to light the torches.
Yeah, put the silver arrows to work at landmost. So that saves a bunch of magic whenever you don't have half coming up here. You're going to grab the refill pre-mold one and be in good shape.
And Tabby Cat finally makes her way to Vitreous. And like I said, Silvers, that's going to be short work there. Troll Dorm fight number 2.
Yeah, I mean, the optometrist gets paid by the hour in Hyrule.
Windfox having a lot easier time with Troll Dorm 2 than he did with the original version.
Validating for a 13th heart in that final chest, and that is actually under Blue Mail going to afford 1 extra hit here on Ganon.
Alright, we have an Aga 2 fight. Here we go. Ring the bell.
Yeah, a shot for a double or triple there, but a little bit off on the late swing. It's hard to manage whenever you're getting cornered by one of them, so. Gets 2 there, and would have got 3 if it weren't for the blue ball. Yeah, it's kind of funny just how absolutely tedious Aga 1 is. But this is probably the most fun you'll have a boss fight in this game right here, Aga 2.
And speaking of having fun with boss fights, it's time to play our second favorite game of all. It's time to play Stick the Pig.
It's a barbecue. You're invited. We're got our houses mixed up a little bit here, but that's okay.
We got a tempered sword, and we got silvers. It's a pig roast.
It's 5 teleports, or how do we do that? 4 or less, or more than 5? Take your guesses. In heart, in mind, in soul, whatever you want to do.
And because we have tempered level sword here in the Ganon fight, the first 3 phases, I do believe, are what, 12 hits each? As opposed to the Master Sword spins with 24.
Yeah, the last phase, the first phase, I have no idea. I playing for a year and I just started whacking.
Yep, it's 12 hits each with the tempered level bacon for the first 3 phases, and then we need 4 hits with the silvers in phase 4.
Tabby's wrapping up armors there just about as fast as Windfox did, and that is crystal number 6 for her. But if you have a look right there in the middle of your keyboard, there's a G. Hit that a couple times, followed by enter for Windfox 470.
Just waiting for that ladder to pop down for the official race to end, and Windfox has scored the victory in today's daily race as far as the restream goes. We will be checking the race results for the overall finishes. Get your GGs in for Windfox 470. Congratulations.
Yep, he's putting in a time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, 54 seconds, which is good for 6 out of the 14 in here. Ahead of him was Frostbite, 30-30, pulling in a 151.58. So not a lot of spread on this. Shire in number 2 with 153.12. Matt 7898, 156.41. Jay Meisher 159.08. Hitsion 1337, 202.25. Just a few seconds in front of Winfox here. Pretty good result overall.
While we wait for Tabby Cat to finish up the seed, we'll try to get Winfox into the booth here for some post-race commentary. And I believe we have Winfox 470 now in the booth. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
So how'd that feel? You had all those pendants early. You had the opportunity to do a third one, but there's actually already brings to mind something I was going to ask you. You didn't do Dark Cross. You kind of walked halfway out of Zelda's Cell and then kind of gained save and quit. What was going through your mind there?
So my goal was to stun the green guard in Zelda Cell, kill the ball and chain guard, and then just death warp back to Dark Cross, and accidentally killed that green guard with the dash. And I know there's usually the green guards a couple stairs up, but I forgot I had killed them as well. So I was like, whatever.
Sometimes they respawn. I haven't figured out the conditions for that. You know what was up there?
I'm assuming like another sword or something was there.
Pod Big Key.
Oh,
which I went and totally messed up and thought it was a crystal and like, oh no, he's in big trouble. But Tabby did in fact get that, and that was good for 4 items, which was half magic on Ped, some garbage on Pod chest, Helmet Sword didn't have much either, and Saha had a piece of heart. So Tabby Cat does have half magic right now, but you missing that saved you a bunch of time, as it turns out.
Yeah, I figured if Ped was needed because it was looking like it, then it was probably going to be Dark Cross because that's pretty much all I had left. Until I found the flute, went to Meyer, found the mirror for go mode, so...
Yeah, that mirror being right where it was nice and convenient to wrap things up. How'd you like to see it overall then?
I love Inverted. I love what the sea did super early, without Dark World for like 40 minutes, as it made you run up to Turtle Rock, go all the way to, to Laser Bridge. You got your flippers off Lava Bridge, meaning all 4 keys were required to finish it. And then just to go back down, to go to Skull Woods, to get the Moon Pearl. It was great. It was what I want to see from an Inverted Seed. To force you to run back and forth through the Dark World before getting that Light World access.
Yeah, you're right. There are some seeds where you don't see a flute, you don't see a mirror. You do TR the funky way with, the entrances down the cliffside there. But yeah, you both, well, I'm sure everybody in race was on a heck of a breadcrumb trail, I guess. For the first, till Light World, tends to happen in a lot of these, but it was a good one. Those pod keys, and then finding that Skullwoods key to get the Moon Pearl, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Ice Palace with the hammer.
Yeah, once we got that Bombos, and then obviously I mimic clip to get that Ice Palace small key. I knew I wasn't going to find a bow in there, but something was going to be in there, and I was just happy to find the hammer. So it just made routing the dungeon much easier.
Tabby tried to wipe out the door with the body there. Inverted don't work so good. So 7 crystals later, and up we go. It was another nice thing, no GT.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm always on board with that.
Yeah, if I can get in and out of GT in, 3.5, 4 minutes, I'll take it any day.
Is this It's like a puzzle today, really. You weren't hurting for health, armor, weaponry, nothing. Like even now, temper silvers to do this with. It was just it's an adventure mode, I guess.
Yeah, it really was actually.
Yeah, Tabby's just gonna be making her climb here, and this is about as samey as anything this game gets. Just a few minutes here. Execution, even in a sea like this where there wasn't a lot of opportunities for lead changes via that method. PT is always good for some of that. I was figuring too, the half magic being a difference could have been something that mattered in here, but you obviously did quite well with the silvers on lane mode. So.
Yeah, I've played enough NMG in hard mode that I don't rely on half magic as much. So if I get it, it's cool. But if I don't, then it's fine either way.
Yeah, Tabby had the book, of course, by the time she got over to the pit with that green pendant in the hand, along with the other two. So didn't even read it, just pulled it. And I'm like, well, that's not the worst thing. But it's not a mirror either.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the mirror. I think I checked the ped when I turned the smith in. I checked the ped and then checked lumberjack because I was running out of checks and I was afraid I may have missed something, like on lumberjack ledge or something. I'm just glad it was nothing on either of them.
Mm-hmm. As we see here, put up a 155 out of the boxes in just over 2 minutes. So, call that pretty good for this mode. Especially with that early game. Did you end the game with no bombs? Tell me you end the game with no bombs. That's funny.
No, I have 9.
Okay. It's just blank there on the thing, so.
So I play on the SNES Classic, and for some reason on the credit screen, the items on the right side just blank out. It's just a weird glitch.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was maybe gray or I just couldn't see it or something. I see now. There's some other missing things.
Yeah, like Titan's mitts aren't on there.
Yeah, I guess this whole screen is sprite based, maybe, or something. It's something weird, I know, because when you replay Randomizer, the end is a bunch of heads.
Yeah.
It's always funny. It's just a memory thing or something. So, anyway, Tabby Cat making quick work. A bag of 2. Help herself to some bacon. What they say, fight bacon with bacon, right?
Yep.
Get that Samaria down, stop the bouncing, get some spins in. I've yet to get that to work, but
Nice effective strat using the Cane of Samaria.
yeah, that's get that to work. That's a pretty darn free 1-on-1 right there.
Nails a nice double with the silvers there, and there's the fourth one. Now we're just waiting for the bridge to come down and get the official time as we conclude this race.
There's the door. There's the transition. GG's in chat for Tabby Cat 54. She's going to put in a time here today of 2:13:41 on racetime.gg. So that is good for 8th place over on a between Windfox and Tabby Cat is Koi, putting a 2:07:59. And just after Tabby Cat, Dr. Earworm with 2:14:06. There's 2 more racers left in the field. See if Tabby Cat wants to come chat. Jeff, I'll let you take this one. How's that?
Welcome to the booth, Tabby Cat. GG's on a well-finished race.
GG's.
What was your most interesting aspect of tonight's run?
I mean, I always enjoy having early, like Turtle Rock and Ice, and I'm not being facetious whenever I say that in inverted. I mean, it was fun, but I would say that I personally when I had the ability to pull pedestal, I was like, I'm not even going to check it. I'm just going to do it because that's what chat wants.
Yeah, I was figuring as much, and we saw it, so that was appreciate that. And we knew it was going to be, a nice little thing to have. So
we were all hoping for a ped seat here on our end. At least I was, but then I see that it was half magic. I was just like, well, it's going to be a toss-up on whether these guys actually go for it or not. You went for it.
I didn't know it was there.
Windfox actually checked the ped before it didn't have the necessary pendants to actually pull the ped, so he actually just checked it and then found out he didn't really need it and never went back for it.
I mean, if I had checked it, I wouldn't have gone back for it, nor would I have finished Pod or Ice. But I didn't check it and was like, might as well go do it for the memes.
Well, Windfox didn't pick up the Pod Big Key and Dark Cross either, so
I screwed up my escape and couldn't death warp back to get Dark Cross. I was like, oh, that item is gone forever.
Doesn't exist. See ya.
Yeah. Oh, when I saw it there, I was just like, you know what? I was going to go do Eastern and was like, and then when I found the flute in Eastern, I was like, well, let's route all this in together. Cause when I went into the light world, I don't usually I like to do the north part first because 9 times out of 10 in inverted you don't find myths, so it's like whatever. And I was like, so I like to do that just so I can get it out of the way, since it's always out of the way to do it, and usually there's something back there. And so I was like, I'm gonna go do that. And then I found the boots, and I was like, well, eventually I will find a way to route in that. And then I wish I hadn't found the myths because, I needed the myths, but it was like I still didn't want to have the myths.
So I was trying to figure out, did we need the myths?
You needed the myths for purple chest because that held the big key, which held the mirror.
Yep.
You can't do that with just the. Oh yeah, because you didn't have a mirror. Okay, that's right.
Without the mirror, you can't do it.
So this particular time, the myths were definitely hard required.
Yeah, when I found the myths, I was like, well, I'm thinking mirrorless myths is definitely going to have to be what it is. And I'm like sitting here going, I'm like, I have worked all day long, and I'm sitting here going, I'm kind of sleepy. Can I just, let's just make this fun instead of make this like a race.
Yeah, I was 2 seconds from running this, but I was like, you know what? Just had a bad feeling.
It's my favorite mode, and I know Windfox loves it too. And he messages me, he's like, "Look, it's inverted keys." And I'm like, I don't know if I can. Okay, fine, I'll make time to do it. Even though I know I'm gonna have like somehow I'm going to do a 2-hour seed, even though, usually my inverted 80 keys are like 150, barely sub 2. It's like, let's just do an inverted keys and see how bad this can get.
Yeah, AD keys is what I'm used to when keys are involved. I'm used to doing AD. I'm not that great at it anyway because I just do everything. But somehow I tend to feel like just a regular 7/7 could be worse because now you're looking for maps and all this other stuff. I mean, probably it still doesn't take as long, but like you say, you work all day. Your brain.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I was a little tilted whenever the Mimic did not want to cooperate the second Mimic clip around, because I was like, either I can use this key and not get this, or I can just Mimic clip because I know how to do it. I'm usually pretty good at it. And it's like, the Mimic is like, no, you're not going in the wall. I'm not doing this for you. And I'm like, but you just did. I just sent you to your home. Please just go back.
They don't get out much. They wanted to play. By not much, I mean at all. But yeah, I don't know, anything else thought-wise on stuff this seed? I mean, we had to talk a little bit with Windfox about the early game, that little breadcrumb trail of medallions and Turtle Rock keys and whatnot.
Always
not
fun.
really. I mean, that was about it. It was a fun seed, to be honest. I enjoyed it. It wasn't like it was terrible. I'm pretty sure I would have finished about 10 minutes earlier if I hadn't decided to meme ped, but
we definitely enjoyed watching the race and commentating this race. It was definitely fun it was just fun all around, and I'm sure the chatters out there had fun, and I look forward to seeing you guys race again.
Thanks. Always enjoy whenever I have time to actually do one of these, and getting to race, one of my good buddies here is always a plus.
Alrighty, so let's see what else is going on here. There's still a couple runners going, but as far as the schedule for the next day or so, I don't have any more inverted probably anytime soon, but tomorrow's daily is at 11 p.m. and that's going to be cross keys, so if you like stuff getting mixed around world-wise, which I guess is how you'd categorize today as well, you can tune in for that. Once again, 11 p.m. No channel yet, but just keep an eye on the schedule. Get that in chat at some point here. As far as Link to the Past goes, that is all I'm aware of. At least for tomorrow. There's some league going on Friday, but that's all I know about. Anything for us here, Jeff, that I didn't think about? Because
no, I think we pretty much covered everything. Once again, get your GGs and stuff in for both TabbyCat54 and WinFox470 for presenting a pretty fine race this evening here on Speed Gaming 2. Also, give a shout out to our tracker, Made Woke Herd, the guy behind the buttons, as it were, today. And for Scupula for helping me out in the booth today.
yes,
and
you as well, because boy, I really had a good one with that pod key, let me tell you.
Oh, it's alright, it happens. But I do believe that is going to wrap up our live stream for this evening. So be sure to tune into all of our speed gaming channels for up-to-date information on when you can see the next race. And on behalf of all of us here at Speed Gaming 2, have a good night.
Yep, and as the schedule is pretty thin for the next 2 days, I want to say to anybody who's not going to be here until then, have a Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. See you later, all.